Hey team, it is T, aka Mr. Science and Muscle himself, Mr. T Talks, just hitting you up with a little video that I thought I'd make about the increase in the rate of suicides at the moment amongst men. Now I know this is going to be massively important. I know that women are going to go, well, why are we not talking about women? But I just felt that as a man, it was easier to kind of talk and get people to identify with the topic in particular. If you are a female out there and watching this and you can share this with a man, amazing. If you are male and you can share this with your best friend, amazing. But I wanted to kind of touch on this topic because we're at a state at the moment where more and more men are taking their lives, and we need to find a way of solving this problem. Again, if you're loving this content, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and share with the massive population that are out there, because at the moment everyone needs help, but I'm just trying to do my little bit for men as well. Okay, so the latest data from the ONS is that there are currently 16.9 male suicides per 100,000 people, and this is the highest it has been since the year 2000. Now, obviously, in 2008 we had a bit of a depression in terms of the economy. The recession hit people very, very hard, and there was a big spike in those suicides for people over the age of 40. Now, I've just turned 40 myself. I suffered depression in my 30s and managed to overcome that in various ways. But at the moment, there are still men out there who still think that they have nothing to live for. And we kind of need to tackle that and understand that and recognise why this is the case. There are so many issues out there, so many consequences, so many causes, and our job is just to kind of change that and get more men to talk, okay? So getting more men to talk, it is the most difficult thing in the world. It's not just a case of manning up, someone else has it worse than you, it's going to be okay, keep your chin up. All these key phrases that people keep saying to people isn't going to change the dynamic. It's not. So let's start getting to the root cause of everything and start talking and start giving men the opportunity to talk and speak their mind without feeling as though they're being sensitive or needing to grow a pair. Okay, so statistically in our country, Yorkshire and the North East have the highest amount of suicide per 100,000 people in our country. The highest suicide rate is actually between the age of 45 and 49. For women, it's about the age of 54 to 59. There has to be a key demographic, so there has to be something out there that's preventing these people from going and speaking to people, or that we are in that sort of depression. And it's getting people to understand that COVID and being stuck at home, yes, we are in another lockdown, and being stuck at home can change how people are thinking and feeling about themselves. So our biggest job is, so if you have a relative who you don't really speak to, maybe it might be the time to pick up the phone, not text, okay, not a text message, pick up the phone and either FaceTime them or just call them and just say, I'm just checking in, how you doing? Okay, some possible explanations for men not reaching out. Now, traditionally, male gender roles, so things like executives, businessmen, head teachers, people that are high up and of influence, all right, they don't tend to speak as much as they should do, simply because of things like gender stereotypes where men don't talk or men aren't supposed to talk. We need to change that and get men to understand that it's okay to not be okay, all right, and that we shouldn't suffer in silence. And it's getting the men in those positions of power to begin to talk and to begin to understand that talking is beneficial for them. Okay. Number two, that depression may be undiagnosed in men. Men are very reluctant to go to the doctors. Anything from a skin condition to a lump they've found to a cough, which they just think is just a cough, for the flu, a cold, whatever, men are very reluctant to go to the doctors. They will sit on it, dwell on it, and not say anything at all. And I think this is where depression gets undiagnosed, because we are so reluctant to do anything about it, because when we were kids, mommy did it for us. As we got older, we're just one of the lads, we just kind of get on with things and grow. It's life, we just deal with it. It's not. And this is why so many men are in the situation they're in at the moment, because they aren't prepared to deal with the issue that they are having. Okay, it's time, gentlemen, it's time. Okay, number 3, men are more likely to treat or self-treat their symptoms with things like alcohol and smoking, or even turn to drugs. Okay, these are ways they treat themselves. So they think, if I can solve the problem by just doing something else, that problem will go away. I'm telling you now, gents, it's not going to. So we can drink ourselves into stupors, take all the drugs under the planet, it's not going to go away. And we need to find a way that we can genuinely solve this problem. So team, this is how you can help with the adverse effects that are going on in people's lives at the moment. Find a way of speaking to every man out there about anxiety, about depression, about self-harming, about anxiety, about all these effects and all these stigmas, because at the end of the day, it's all we're trying to do is break the stigma of depression and the effects of depression, and they can be caused by so many different forms that are identifiable and yet to be identified. But our job is just to find them and be able to speak about them freely, because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do, is just get people to discuss how it makes them feel. If you're seeing risky behaviour, so risky behaviour is one of those things that tends to be one of those things that young men will partake in because it takes them away from the issue and away from what's going on. So risky behaviour like drug taking, like drinking obscene amounts of alcohol, doing various challenges, doing things that are out of the ordinary for them, you will begin to see that that is one of the key things that links to depression. And the sooner we begin to tackle that and identify the cause and the reason behind that, we can then begin to support people and help them to grow and to understand why it's okay to not be okay. Okay, you can offer your support, and offering your support can be in so many different ways. If you see someone with signs of depression or anxiety, you can offer your support in just a phone call, a text message, a cup of tea, face-to-face, virtual chat, FaceTiming, video calling, all these other ways, and just lend an ear. Just lend an ear, be supportive. Just talk to the person and make sure you are listening, okay? Realistically, you're not trying to advise them. You just want to be an ear or a shoulder for them to cry on. Because yes, men do cry as well. We just want to be able to share and share our emotions so you guys out there can actually understand what is going on in here and in here. Don't ignore the warning signs. Now, when I mean don't ignore the warning signs, I mean if you are talking to them and they are talking about suicidal behaviour or self-harming, start giving them the option of being able to talk to a doctor, a counsellor, someone who is absent from the situation, so someone who's not personally attached to that person, and getting them to go and speak to that person for them to understand that it's okay not to be okay, but there are people out there who can support you more than I can as your friend who is listening to you now. It's your job to get them to understand. Make the phone call for them, sit with them and make the phone call for them, and just address the situation and help support them as best as you can. So loads of places you can reach out to. You've got Samaritans, you've got Mind, you've got Calm, all with email addresses which I'll link in below this, all with phone numbers, and all with various social media platforms that you can reach out and you can speak to people. I know it's difficult, I do understand, I do get it. Men, we're not very good at talking. It's one of those things that I never understood why, until I became an adult and started to grow and started to talk to different people. I never understood why men didn't talk, but now I get it, I do get it, because we're supposed to be the alpha, we're supposed to be the leader, we're supposed to be the one that other people come to cry and lend their shoulder to. And I did that for years and years and years. I was the person that people used to come to and give me their problems and tell me their problems so I would support them. But in truth, no one did that for me. So here is me now talking to you guys out there that you have the opportunity to speak to people, call people, text people, email people, face to face, video call people. Just spend 10 minutes diffusing the bomb. That's what I'm going to call this, diffusing the bomb, because at the end of the day, there are so many people out there who are in the same situation. I'm not saying one is worse, I'm not saying one is better. We're in the same situation, and the same situation is people don't talk and don't want to share what is going on in here and in here. And without that clarity, without being able to diffuse the bomb, we need to find a way, find a medium where we can share our ideas and just have that mental space and clarity in order to move forward. I hope this has helped in any way, shape or form. I hope this has helped just to kind of give people an insight into what people are thinking and feeling. But we have to find a way of decreasing the rate of suicide in this country, both male and female. But we need to do that because women talk about the issue and get it out into the open and men don't. It's that simple. As always, ladies and gentlemen, this is T, aka Mr. Science and Muscle. Check it out again. If you like, by all means, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will chat with you all real soon.